What's up everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about fishing line, Seaguar, and their brand new JDM line that's now available in America. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. And we'll jump right into it and talking about Seaguar's JDM line that's now available in America. Now, if you don't know, Seaguar is a Japanese company. So they have lines for the Japanese market, the JDM, the Japanese domestic market. Then they have line for America. They're different products, but there are lines, 3 of them, that previously were only available in Japan that are now available here in America. There's a braided line, PEX8. There is also a fluorocarbon leader called Grand Max, and there's also a fluorocarbon main line called R18. I'm gonna tell you about all 3 of them. I've been fishing these lines since September, and I have good things to say about all of them. So I'll run you through each of them, kind of my experiences, and then how they compare to products that you may be familiar with, the existing American products. So we'll start with braid, PEX8. So it looks like this, and it comes in a kind of a crazy color. It's passion pink with lime green. So take a look here, and I'll show you a picture of it on my spool so you can actually see what it is. So you still get that high visibility line, you know, for line watching. It's really great on spinning gear. But the main difference with this compared to Smackdown, which is also a great line, is the diameter. This stuff is crazy thin. So I'll just kind of give you an idea of comparison. So like I said, Seaguar Smackdown is what I've always used. It's really good. It's 8-strand braid, really thin, but nothing compared to PEX8. So this is 10 pound, and the diameter is 0.205 millimeter. Now this is 23 pound PEX8. So over twice as strong, and the diameter is 0.185. So 23 pound is thinner than 10 pound. I mean, I don't know how that's possible, but it is. This stuff is incredibly, incredibly thin. Just to give you an idea, on one of my setups, I was actually using 35 pound braid on a spinning reel. No big deal. It was super thin. It was more like, you know, a 15 pound braid typically is. So I was able to get 35 pound tests. And you may say, you know, why would you want to do that? Well, the reason I was doing that is skipping wacky rigs under docks. I put that with a 12 pound leader. Very, very strong. You know, I caught some really nice fish, including a 6+ pounder that wrapped me around a post, but I knew I had 35 pound tests and 12 pound leader, so got that fish in. So incredibly thin. So it has the same properties as Smackdown, where it's cast really well, got that bright color, but PEX8 is another level for how thin it is. So you have to kind of train yourself to not look at that pound test and not let that scare you, but look at the diameter. And honestly, that's something you should be doing all the time. You know, every brand, no matter what your favorite is, it is completely different than another brand when it comes to the actual diameter. Look at that, either the diameter in inches or millimeters. Don't look at the pound test on the box because it doesn't matter as much as diameter. So just side note, but really, really like the PEX8. It's held up really well, holds its color well, really bright, and again, crazy thin, crazy strong. So next is R18. So if I was to compare it to an existing Seaguar product, I would say it is closest to Tatsu. So it's a very premium quality. It's their double structure fluorocarbon, which Tatsu also is. I'd say it is the closest to that. You know, it's limp and manageable. In my opinion, it's best for reaction baits because it casts really well and it's very limp and manageable. So that's kind of more like an Invisex. So I would say it's somewhere in between a Tatsu and an Invisex. Now let's look at the diameters to kind of get a comparison. So the diameters are very similar to Tatsu, and actually they are exactly the same. So a 12 pound R18 is 0.285 millimeters, which is also the same as Tatsu. So very good quality line. Like I said, I really like it for reaction baits, jerk baits, crank baits. It holds up really well too. It lasts a long time on the reel, which is important when you're buying a premium line, but really like R18. It is a great quality line. So next one is the Grand Max fluorocarbon leader. And it's cool, if you can see, this is actually 3 spools in one. So you actually just, it doesn't come like that, but when you buy 3 different spools, they just snap together. So, you know, how cool is that to have that just in your day box or just somewhere easy to get to instead of having all those different spools. It also has a little rubber band around there so those the leader material doesn't go crazy flying around, holds it really well. You can also wrap the line around here to keep it secure, this little clip right here, anywhere on the outside of it will hold it really well. So Grand Max is actually something that I'm familiar with because it used to be available in America. So I used it years ago. Very good quality line. So another one of my favorite leaders is Gold Label. This is a double structure fluorocarbon. So the diameter of 12 pound is the same as 2.5 Grand Max. So we got 0.260 millimeters. So the other thing I really like about this line was made for a leader application. So, you know, you could use a main line, that's perfectly fine in most instances, but the line that was developed as a leader is gonna be a little bit stiffer, a little bit harder. In my opinion, it just is made for leader fishing. So it's stronger, more abrasion resistant as well. Again, it is made for leaders. So I would say that on a scale, this is a little bit harder than maybe an Invisex that you're used to, or even a Tatsu that you're used to. But again, it was made for fishing as a leader. So really impressed with this, really strong line. And then it's super cool, it just snaps together. A lot easier than carrying 3 spools like this around. So really like the portability of it and just the ingenuity of that right there. Really like it. Grand Max is a great quality line, but it's back. Previously only JDM. So that's 3 new lines from Seaguar. You're gonna hear a lot about them. The existing products are great, but having 3 more options is really cool for something that's unique that was previously only available in Japan.